Hi, I'm Stephanie Moss from Parent to Parent of Georgia. I want to talk to you a little bit today about what we are doing in Georgia with our Department of Education around results-driven accountability. As you see the slide here, you'll see Parent to Parent of Georgia is Georgia's Parent Training and Information Center. And we work with our Department of Education on a variety of projects. We work with them on some SPDIG projects and also some other discretionary funding that allows us to support children and families throughout the state who are receiving special education services. On the right, you'll see Project Student Success. Imagine the possibility. This is a new graphic that our Georgia Department of Ed has just developed and released. You can see the mortarboard and tassel and class of 2019, which really to me just says we are all getting ready to dig in, do the hard work, and do what needs to be done to make sure that all students with disabilities throughout the state of Georgia have the opportunity to graduate with a regular education diploma so that they can achieve the post-secondary success that we all want for all of them. The first thing I want to just really briefly touch on is Georgia's kind of long ongoing SPDIG initiative, which is called Graduate First, and this is just a project that has allowed targeted schools throughout the state to receive coaching and technical assistance and some support to develop improvement plans so that they can address dropout prevention, really reducing dropout prevention. They can address instructional strategies and also behavior within their school buildings. And it also allows for some components so that students can receive support and training to develop self-determination and self-advocacy skills and really build those strong relationships that they need to help them be successful as they get ready to transition. What we do know about from the Graduate First work that's been going on is that the schools that have participated have had amazing success. Lots of improvements noted, improved graduation rates, reduced dropout rates, decreased suspensions, increased attendance rates, and increased math and reading achievement for students with disabilities. So we're really excited about the progress, but what we really want to do, the next question, the hard question is, what do we need to do to spread that success throughout Georgia? What needs to happen next so that students in any school building anywhere in the state of Georgia have the opportunity to benefit from that sort of technical assistance and support and resources so that they too can have that success? So we take a look at what we're doing at Parent to Parent, what are some of the things that have been ongoing, as well as what are we doing moving forward. And we've been a resource and provided technical assistance for a number of years now, and we continue to do so as we begin to really hone in on graduation. We have been a resource to parent mentors, and those are employees of the school systems, local education agencies who work closely with families, who promote family engagement activities, and who really are a resource and a support for families right there on the ground in their own school buildings and own school districts. So we've been a resource for them as far as technical assistance and support and training over the years. We also provide a lot of one-on-one assistance to both parents and professionals. Any of the above will call us for resources, support, services, providers, whatever you might think of and it certainly relates to any part of the special education process and the school system and navigating systems throughout our state, but also obviously that includes thinking about graduation and what do I do to, we want to get these kids to graduation, we want to make sure they meet the requirements so they can get a regular diploma, that sort of thing. So we provide a lot of assistance that way. We do a lot of training for families and professionals, both face-to-face and via technology on any number of topics. We'll do those in partnership with the parent mentors again so that they are bringing that training into their school building with families that know them and already have a relationship. And how do we bring that content together to help families and professionals work together? We believe that we do training for them all together, all in the same place, same room. We want them learning together, asking questions together, and really problem solving together, to thinking about where we go from here. So we've done all of these activities in partnership with our Department of Education and with their support. So that's one way that we have worked together, and obviously tried to make an impact and a difference in Georgia. But that's not enough. So we also have been a big supporter of and a big resource for the Department of Education around family engagement. One of the things we've done for a number of years has been to provide support for families related to the getting the family survey completed, the one that we do every year, so we can respond to the annual performance report. Our staff provide support to families. Families can call us. They know the information, the supplementary information that goes out with the survey tells families if they have questions about the survey to call us, and we'll help them walk through it, get it done. We post it on our website, spread it through social media and all of that, just to make sure that we help get families engaged and get their feedback. Kind of along the same lines as the survey, one of the things we did last year as Georgia really got into the SIP process was our Department of Ed asked us if we would be able to help them construct a survey and get it out there to get families' input around, more specifically around graduation. And of course we did that, and we were thrilled, and I think everybody was a little taken aback, shocked, and perhaps even a little overwhelmed that we got over 1,300 responses in about 7 days. So that's one of the ways that I think we have helped. Again, we help and work together with the Department of Education to try to get that voice and that input from any way we can. They look to us if they need assistance with finding families for task forces, State Advisory Panel for Special Education, other councils, other work groups, certainly the SIP stakeholder groups, etc. Anything that's really going on, we work together with the Department of Ed to make sure that the families are represented, that their voices are recognized, and that they're valued in all of the efforts that are ongoing. So I think that's critically important, and everything I'm talking about today, obviously the family participation and the family voice in it is absolutely critical to success. We've also done a fair amount of work with our Department of Ed around youth involvement and self-advocacy. One of the things that we did a couple of years ago with SPDIG funding, and we continue to sustain today, was to create an online transition e-community for youth. And then really quickly we realized that we needed to do a parallel one for families and parents and professionals, so we could share information. But the youth one is really designed to be a place where they can share ideas, ask questions of one another. We share information about trainings, about scholarship opportunities if kids are thinking about going to college, and they can just ask questions. Is anybody on there going to college? Is anybody scared about this? Or what have you done about that? So really creating those and giving them an opportunity to have a voice. Through the SPDIG work that Georgia's done, the student-led IEP initiative has been going on for a number of years now, Aspire, and we have had an opportunity to go into those same schools where they've implemented Aspire, and we've been able to provide trainings for families, really to encourage them and support them in supporting their children to participate in Aspire. And along those same lines, we developed at Parent to Parent a training that we call Encore, Planning the Road Trip of a Lifetime, and it's an 8-module training that we offer specifically for youth. It is designed by young people, by youth, for them, for their peers, and it is trained, it is delivered by a pair of trainers. One is an adult trainer and one is a youth trainer who's usually like a high school student or a young college student with a disability. And it's 8 modules. We talk about transition planning, what comes next, how to think about the choices that you can make, also things like how to get a resume together, how to how to participate in your IEP, how to get work experience even if it's volunteer based. So the Department of Ed has really supported us and helped to fund the implementation of Encore and the delivery of it throughout the state for the last several years. So we're real excited about that as a way to engage youth. And we constantly are looking at how can we take Encore into the same schools where we've done Aspire, so that we're continuing to build on what they're learning. And lastly, so that we can go in there when we're doing Encore, we will oftentimes schedule kind of simultaneously a training for families. So when families bring their young people to Encore, if it's for example being done on a Saturday morning, the parents can go across the hall and get some training as well and learn more about transition and planning and all of that for their students. So it's been a really win-win for everyone. So what's next? We really got a need to get the word out, and we're going to be working together with Department of Ed staff on awareness and content training about all of the initiatives and all the work that's about to happen around graduation, and how we're going to link that to all of the other stuff that's going on already in the state from preschool level on up. We need to do a lot of training for families and parents and professionals on what's it going to take to get to graduation. What do we need to do? What are the questions we need to ask? What are the decisions we need to make now that will impact whether or not you get there or not? We're also looking at Georgia's PBIS initiatives, positive behavior support. It's really taken off in Georgia. Schools are clamoring for it. They really want to bring it in and really trying to figure out how to get the training in and help them implement. And what we are going to do, I think, is to partner with the Department of Education around the family education component, tying it to graduation. Obviously, if we get in at that foundational level, school-wide positive behavior supports on the front end. Everybody knows how to set behavioral expectations and how to work with young people, kids of all ages. We can make a difference and really impact graduation as well. Finally, what we want to work on is some fact sheet development with the Department of Education. We've developed a number of fact sheets over the years with them on a variety of IDEA related topics, and they're all on our website, and they're all in about 7 or 8 different languages. But what we want to do this time is develop 4 sets. We want a set for preschool, for elementary, for middle school, and for high school, and really address what do you need to do to get your son or daughter to graduate with a regular diploma. What are the questions you need to ask? What are the decisions you need to be thinking about, even at preschool, even at elementary school, if you really want them to get there? Because what we want to make sure is that they, realize those decisions, even that early on, really do make a difference. If you get to middle school, what are the decisions you need to be making? What are the questions you need to be asking? And same for high school. We want to develop those over the next year, and then we want to redeliver that content into webinars so that they can be archived and available to families at any time, kind of on demand from our website. We'll get the Department of Education is committed to get the fact sheets to local schools, to get them to distribute them at IEP meetings, so we can get them in the hands of every family in Georgia whose child is receiving special education services. Of course, we'll translate them into at least Spanish minimally, and we'll get them on various websites and other ways to disseminate them. But we really just have to get the word out. We have to get the information to communities, to families, to professionals. But again, if we don't all get the buy-in, and that does mean communities as well, businesses and community leaders, and we're going to be working with the Department of Education to figure out how we can help bring those groups together and help facilitate some of those discussions. If we really want to make a difference in Georgia, those are the things we have planned and on our list in order to make those sort of systemic changes we need to get all of our kids to graduate and to graduate with regular diplomas. So I think that's about it. I think my time is probably up. So if you have additional questions, please feel free to contact me, or just shoot me an email, give me a call, and I'd be glad to do what I can to answer your questions. Thank you.